Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome, amazing, and fun episode of Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hey, it's me, Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Oh, goodness. Now you can see my face. Phew. Anyways, I hope you're excited for another fun episode of Youth Connect. Just so that we know in advance, we will not be having Kevin, Logan, Joshua, or Nibras. It will be me and Jeff, a two-man Youth Connect mission. It's going to be lots of fun, but do not worry. Even though they're not here, it's just important to make sure for those who want to know why they aren't here, just so we know, so we can process in our brain that we do not have our other four members coming in today. It will be me and Jeff, but you'll still be having some awesome news. For those who don't know, what in the world is Youth Connect? Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that is more than just sharing stories. We are working at creating a platform of inclusion and acceptance, one episode at a time. And on top of that, we are advocates for all abilities. And as broadcasters and entertainers, we want to be included in opportunities for acting, directing, writing, chefs, speakers, artists, and musicians. You know what they say, if you name it, we want to at least try it out. Youth Connect is going to be a show that you are going to love, and it's going to be quite interesting today because the first thing that we're going to have to be bringing up is some gaming news. All right, so let's begin with some interesting gaming news. And the first thing that we always have to do is some Spotlight Game of the Week. And what is Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, basically, it's a game that I want you to check out that is either coming out soon, an old classic, or a game that is just recently released. And this game actually just recently released and amazingly enough has 669 reviews with a 9 out of 10 rating, which means that it has an overwhelmingly positive review. And today's game of the week is Little Kitty, Big City. So there have been a lot of games. Where you can be a cat. The very first game, which was just called Cat, allowed you to roam a little city. But this game actually has been in development for quite a long time, over 4 years. And Little Kitty, Big City is a delightful romp through a vibrant urban landscape, seen through the eyes of an adventurous and mischievous little cat. This game is a breath of fresh air in the adventure genre, combining exploration, playful mischief, and a heartwarming narrative. At its core, Little Kitty Big City is an adventure game where you play as a lost black kitten trying to find its way back home in a sprawling Japanese city. The gameplay is intuitive and engaging, allowing players to explore at their own pace and interact with the environment in true feline fashion. You could jump into boxes, knock over potted plants, and even play with a ladybug and make a sushi roll. As a cat, you can make a sushi roll? How weird is that? This game looks awesome and it allows you to customize your cat. And a lot of people say how amazing it is that you can customize the cat and give it a bunch of cool and silly outfits. If you want to check out a very cute game for younger audience, or if you like cats in general, I recommend that you check out Little Kitty, Big City. Now, I'm going to quickly bring up something. Jeff, would you play this game called Little Kitty, Big City if you had to play as a cat?
Oh, definitely. Sounds so cute. Looks so cute and fun.
Yeah, I absolutely
Yeah.
agree. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much, Jeff. You know what? I'm not a big cat person, but I love how mischievous cats are, and I love how they create video games that base it off of a cat's mischievous behavior. And it looks like a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Jeff. All right. You know what? With a two-man job, it's really hard to kind of get breaks in between, but don't worry, I got your back. I'm going to be bringing you in between of our video game news, and in between of that, I also got with you some interesting news to kind of bring it up, to spice it up a little bit more. Oh, But oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. My goodness, my co-host told me that we actually have a video from Kevin, and Kevin will be bringing us, if you guys don't know, some interesting news, and I just cannot wait to hear all of the awesome news he has to share with us today.
Hello everyone, welcome to Newscaster News. I'm your host, Kevin Aruja. So let's get right into the headlines. Shopify shares sink as company post Q1 loss. Toronto reverses home run ban at a Western baseball plan. Ontario man postcoded after $3,500 paving job leaves driveway in shambles. And Montreal Canadiens go get fifth overall pick in the NHL draft. The Shopify's Inc. shares went on Wednesday as the company reported a loss in its latest quarter and forecasts lower revenue growth for next quarter in its financial outlook. The e-commerce software company, which keeps its books in US dollars, said its net loss for the quarter ended on March 31st, amounting to US $273 million or 21 cents US per diluted share. That compared with a profit of US $68 million or 5 cents US per diluted share in the same quarter on last year. Revenue for the quarter totaled US $1.86 billion, up to 23% from US $1.51 billion in its first quarter last year. But revenue growth is expected to slow in the company's next quarter to a high teens percentage, it says in its outlook. It attributed the sale of Shopify's logistics business around on next Monday, when the company also revealed it was reducing its headcount by about 20% for the forecast. The outlook anticipates revenue growth falling by 3 to 4% in the second quarter on a year-over-year basis. Shopify also expected its gross margin to fall half a percentage point in the first quarter. The AI has also enabled 24/7 live support in the 8 languages that previously were offered only a certain hours of the day. The City of Toronto is changing its eyebrow-raising rules at the West End baseball diamond. A sign in McGregor Park posted by the city in 2019 stated that no home runs or competitive player was allowed on the baseball diamond. The sign further read people could not use hard balls or aluminum bats and that only underhand pitching was allowed. The city said in a statement to CTV News Toronto that signage was installed due to the park's proximity to homes. Due to the proximity of the field and McGregor Park to nearby residences, balls are to remain within the playing field to avoid damaging property and potentially hurting residents, the city stated. The city added that physical changes were made to the park in response to the ongoing safety concerns raised by nearby condos residents. Unfortunately, the signage installed in 2019 stated no home runs were permitted. However, with new changes at McGregor Park, we understand that there is a redundancy around that rule listed on the existing sign. The city said that old sign has been removed and a new sign is being installed. An Ontario man considered having his driveway paved received a quote from the company for $7,000. But then another paver in the neighborhood knocked on his door and offered half the rate. 2 weeks ago, Markham resident Steve Clark said in the paving company told him he was doing jobs in the area. He could pave his driveway the next year for $3,500. The crew showed up but said there were problems, including paving over the water main in his driveway, so the driveway had to be moved up. Park said his driveway was left uneven with highs and lows, so when it rains, there are huge pools of water and asphalt is splattered on the stonework. Most frustrating, he says, there is now a huge pile of asphalt and debris on his lawn, which they promised to come back and take away, but they never did. The CTV News Toronto has also phoned the company, and they hung up on us, and our emails were not returned. When Clark researched the company, he found it was a similar sounding name to reputable paving companies working in Toronto and New Jersey. Clark said he now must get rid of the rubble left on his lawn and said next time he'd rather pay a higher price to get a better job. In sports news, the Montreal Canadiens retained the 5th pick in the upcoming NHL lottery draft on Tuesday night. The Habs have the 5th best chance of winning the first pick at 8.5% by virtue of the 38th place overall in the NHL standings. The Canadiens won the lottery in 2022, earning the right to be the first pick. It's selected Slovak forward Juraj Slavkovsky in front of his fans in the Bell Center. Last season, the Habs also topped the National in 5th spot and opted for the Austrian defenseman David Reinbacher. The San Jose Sharks won the lottery on Tuesday. They finished last in the overall NHL standings and then just over a 25% chance of drafting first overall. According to the most experts, Canadian forward Macklin Pellegrini, who played for the Boston University last season, is the best prospect available. The NHL draft will take place on June 28th and 29th at the Sphere in Las Vegas. In today's weather forecast, we've got a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. The temperature is now 15 degrees. And tomorrow you'll get cloudy with showers. The temperature will be 14 degrees. And now moving forward to the interesting fact of the week, I'm going to talk about tulips. Yes, tulips is one topic for interesting fact. Since 1953, Canada's capital has been hosting the Canadian Tulip Festival, which is now the largest of its kind in the world. This popular annual event attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors from around the globe. Coolong sees over 1 million tulips planted in the Ottawa region, but the festival's roots run deeper than a beautiful spring blooming flowers and echo messages of resiliency and friendship, which are more important now than ever. The first Canadian Tulip Festival in 1953 was led by the Ottawa Board of Trade. At the autographs were had immortalized the tulip. The tulip was at the suggestion of world-renowned photographer Oleg Karsh. Karsh is considered the founder of the festival, and he was designated Ottawa's official flower in 2001. So let's get right to the 4 facts about tulips. The tulips are native to Central Asia. Yes, tulips are wildflowers native to the Central Asia in the Tian Shan Mountains near the Russian-Chinese border. These spread west and were cultivated in the Ottoman Empire, which is modern-day on Turkey. By 1000 AD, when the Sultans introduced huge beds of tulips to art and palace gardens. The tulip industry got a start in Holland. In the 1500s, Carolus Clusius, a botanist at the University of Leiden in the Netherlands, received some tulip bulbs from the ambassador to the Sultan. Clusius moved the plants in his private collection, but he would not share his bulb or sell them. As a result, the gardeners were repeatedly raided, and the bulb salt, such as Holland's tulip industry, was born. The tulip mania is one of the most famous market crashers of all time. As the popularity of tulips in Holland grew, the bulb's value had been increased. They were considered a rarity and commanded an enormous price that only wealthy could afford. There was a rush.
You want to put her, that Monica in a timeout on YouTube?
As speculators brought them hoping to sell the high
You can
price,
do that.
many during tulip mania, or the tulip craze. But in 1637, too many speculators sold at once and the tulip market crashed.
Oh, I just put her in a timeout.
Here,
You don't have to talk to
the
her.
last fact is the word tulip comes from Persian word meaning turban. The word tulip comes from the graceful shape of a flower, and the bulb then inspired the word tulpan, a Turkish pronunciation of the Persian word dulban, which means turban. Then we come to the end of my segment.
Okay, ready?
For next week's news, whether there's any very interesting facts. This is Kevin Aruja, and it's back to Aiden.
All right. So I don't know why I was looking like that. All right. So, you know what? Kevin's tulip information was quite interesting. And guys, I just want to quickly pull a roundabout here. You know what would be good for, you know why you should get some tulips? You should get some tulips because coming up this Sunday is Mother's Day. And I feel like tulips are a great flower to give your mom on Mother's Day. What is Mother's Day? So, guys, Mother's Day actually is quite interesting, because Mother's Day is all about celebrating your mother or motherhood in general. Motherhood, maternal bonds, and the influence of mothers in society. It is celebrated on different days in many parts of the world, but most commonly in March, and for us in May. I definitely would have been, I'm kind of confused why it would be on March, but you know what? Everybody does it on a different day if you want to get it. Also, guys, on the tulip standpoint, I heard during the 18th century that tulips were so expensive that you could buy a literal mansion with just some tulip bulbs. So like the seeds of the tulips, you could buy a whole mansion with just like a few tulip seeds. Oh, amazing. So I think tulips are a rich flower, and it would be a sign of good luck to give to your mom. But with Mother's Day, guys, Mother's Day doesn't have to be you going all out for a gift. Showing your attention to your mom could be amazing. Giving them a card that you made yourself, or just something to show that you appreciate your mother being around, is very, very important, especially for Mother's Day. Jeff, are you planning anything to give your mom on Mother's Day, or do you have something to plan to do with your mom on Mother's Day?
I'm sure we'll come up with some plans.
You know what? That's the best way to do it. I know that I have something planned for my mom, which is having a nice, delicious lunch. So I have my plans with her, and I hope that everybody that is here today, please celebrate Mother's Day. Just like how your mom celebrates your birthday, Mother's Day is like a special day just for the moms. And honestly, I'm looking at her right now. You go, Mom. You go. All right. All right, time for our second gaming news. Remember how last week I was talking to you about the issue with Helldivers? Oh boy, Helldivers has got some news. So, if you remember last week, Helldivers was having a huge controversial thing because Sony wanted all players on PC to link their PlayStation accounts to Helldivers. Now, with so much controversial lashback and the game being now delisted from sale on Steam in a collection of 177 countries and territories that aren't served by PSN. So, amazingly, everybody was rejoicing because PlayStation Network, or Sony, has decided to renounce their decision to require people to link their PlayStation Network account. And when asked about this issue on the game's official Discord, spotted by the Helldivers alerts on Twitter, Arrowhead Games CEO Johan Pilestead, I apologize if I'm just going to say Johan, revealed that this particular fight is still ongoing. I'm going to be speaking to our partners at PlayStation and Valve and pushing for it to be undone. Getting the account linking took a Herculean effort, but I won't rest in my desire to have it available everywhere. Now, from what Johan said, I'm kind of curious about how much delisting was a Sony initiative versus a decision by Valve to protect Steam from any liability during the uproar. So, if you guys know, Steam had notably begun issuing refunds for players who had far exceeded the platform's usual 2-hour refund window. And interestingly enough, hopefully there will be an update of why or how this situation might be evolving. But for the time being, rejoice for Helldiver 2 fans. You do not have to link your PlayStation Network account if you are playing on PC. So, honestly, thumbs up for them. Hopefully, in those 144 countries, they allow players to play Helldivers 2. But the game took a very heavy backlash. My dad loves the game. I guess he plays on PlayStation. So, honestly, he wasn't suffering from the issue. But either way, he's happy that the Helldivers issue was fixed. So honestly, for my dad, it's a thumbs up for him, even though he was playing on PlayStation. I'm going to say this. It had some bad backlash. It went from 10 stars to 7 stars. That's really bad for a game company. Anyways, though, I'm going to be bringing you some good animal news. Why? Because we have each other's backs, and I thought it would be interesting to bring some interesting dog news. So I have found something quite interesting. Have you ever had a dog? I know I have 2 dogs. I have a Coton de Toulet and I have a awesome Morkie. Jeff has a dog too. Jeff, you have a dog, right?
Yes, I do. Got a
Okay.
beagle.
Oh, Beagle. Absolutely adorable. Now, I know a lot of people have asked this question. Have you ever wanted to borrow a backyard for your dog? I don't know if everybody would have thought of that, but I know that people that have energetic dogs always think to themselves, oh, I wish I could just borrow a backyard for my energetic dog. Well, Sniff Spot Connection or Sniff Spot, the new app, connects people willing to share their space with dog owners looking for a private place for their pup or pups to play. Yards can be rented for a short time and a small fee. Jenna DiCarlo fosters dogs and lives in an apartment building. She found Sniff Spot while searching for places she could bring dogs that couldn't go to an off-leash park. She really said that she needed time and space to get to know the foster dogs and to really get to know what they're going to and when they're out in their space. Smidge, a 10-year-old Cocker Spaniel that DiCarlo had since adopted, is one of the dogs DiCarlo had brought to various Sniff Spots, including one in Kitchener called Merlot's Backyard. And honestly, the picture for this Merlot's Backyard is absolutely hilarious. There's even a little tiny house that they made themselves. So you can really have like these spots and make it really creative. She said that it made herself feel right at home when she came in. She just sniffed everywhere. You know, Misty Garcia is the owner of Merlot's Backyard, named after her own dog, Merlot, a 5-year-old Doberman. Garcia said that Sniff Spots is basically a very safe, secure, and fun place for your dogs to come explore, sniff, play, or just stretch their legs. Oh, Jeff, is your Beagle a very energetic dog?
She is. Yes, she is.
So would you consider checking out the Sniff Spots app? Or are you?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I think I would. I think it would be interesting.
I know my dogs are indoor dogs, so they wouldn't like it as much, but I think it's absolutely amazing for people to design their own backyard so that people can have a space where they can chill and they can make a profit. You know what? It's a business opportunity for people that want to design the backyards, and it allows people that have 2 energetic dogs who live in a small space, like DiCarlo here, who lives in an apartment building, who has no space whatsoever, allows her to bring her dog to a big open backyard space where the dog can go have fun and run around. Again, guys, if you really want to check out this app, it's called Sniff Spot, SNIFF I'll put it in, or our moderators will put in the name in the chat. And I really hope that if you have an energetic dog, you check out Sniff Spot. Oh, Jeff, there's so much news to share. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you following along? You're doing all right?
Yep.
All right. Then let's keep the ball rolling. It's time to bring you back to video game news. And I have with you a board game news similar to our video game news, but now it's a board game. And today's board game has a very simple name. ICE. Ice. So what is this? Ice, as far as the eye can see. In this frozen world swept by blizzards, a lone city clings to life. Every year during the summer season, the city guides or city guilds organize their expeditions. Their destination, the Valley of the Ancient Ones, where vestiges of an antediluvian civilization might be buried. Looking for answers, prestige, or riches, every guild has its own motivations. So you, the player, are archaeologists exploring tiles they can remove, and there are five levels of tiles in the game. The first one corresponds to the ice sheet level. The second, third, and fourth represents the surface and immediate and deep artifact levels. The last one is the edifice level. Archaeologists dig these tiles in order to collect artifacts, which give them reputation points. And the ice sheet tiles removed by a player can be played as a helping action for them. The edifice tiles are game-changing rules and represent legacy material to discover as they go along. This game stops when a first edifice tile is fully discovered, and then players count their reputation points, which determine the winner. I'm going to say this. Hold on. My goodness. Anyways, I am quite intrigued by this game. The amount of intriguing ideas here are interesting. It actually reminds me of this game called Icebreakers, where you had a penguin and you had to break off pieces of ice. And if your penguin fell through, you would lose the game. I might talk about this board game next week. Do be ready. But I do like how every board game that I talk about has a story, has a meaning. It's not just like, oh, this is about ice, oh, ice cube. Check out the ice cube. I put the ice cube here. No, it has a story. It has a meaning. What is the game about? Is it interesting? You have to collect treasures located beneath the ice, and whoever gets the most treasures wins. I love board games like that. It's so interesting. It's so fun. It sounds like a board game that I don't think I would personally try. But if you like ice and you like to play board games with a lot of rules to them, I recommend that you check out ICE. Ice. All right. So that was our board game of the week. I apologize for being a little bit silly, but you know what? It was quite interesting. And honestly, I just wanted to make it a little bit fun. I'm going to add one more thing to top it off, and that is going to be our podcast of the week. Real quick. I'm going to ask Jeff once again. Jeff, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, Jeff, have you ever been stumped by a seemingly small but stress-inducing problem? Has anything stressed you out and you just couldn't figure out how to deal with the issue?
No, not really.
Okay, that's fair. But what if the question could be like this? What happens if I can't figure out the problem to how do I spread cold butter on a piece of toast? You know what the answer is? You can use a cheese grater. Or learn exactly what to do when confronted with dangerous situations, like how do I stop a sinkhole? The answer? Dynamic compaction. What does that mean? Basically, drop a huge crane above a potential sinkhole to compress the soil. So how to do everything is the podcast that I want to share with you today. Why do I want to share it? Because it looks like a lot of fun. How to do it. Oh, what? My co-hosts are telling me to look down. I don't know. I'm trying to look. I'm so confused. I got confused. Okay, where was I? Jeff, are you excited for this podcast I'm going to quickly share with you? Sorry, I got my brain got thrown off track. All right. So this podcast is called How to Do Everything, and it is a unique blend of advice show and survival guide, converting everything from finding a date to finding water in the desert. With a whopping 265 episodes, there is an abundance of knowledge to explore and learn from. It's a must listen, including me. That's why I'm sharing with you right now. It's a must listen for anyone seeking practical tips and solutions to everyday life challenges. Ooh, I definitely have had some questions that have been answered due to how to do everything. Like, for example, that cold butter question. I've always thought to myself, darn, this butter is too cold and it won't spread on my butter or won't spread. What do I do? I don't want to heat it up in the microwave, but How to Do Everything taught me that I can just use a cheese grater. A really weird podcast, but it's done in a very fun way. If you want to learn a little bit more every single day, I'm going to be sharing with you those podcasts where you can learn something from them. But maybe you might get a little bit of a different one every once in a while. You never know. I might pull a fast one on you. But This podcast, if you want to learn a little bit more about everyday challenges and how to overcome them, I recommend that you check out the podcast, How to Do Everything. Jeff, are you a big podcast person or are you not a big podcast person? Because I'm a big podcast person.
Not really.
Okay,
No.
I could see that. You know what? I love listening to podcasts when I'm on the road. And Jeff, if somebody put on this podcast called How to Do Everything, would you learn from it? Do you think that you would learn from this podcast?
I feel like I would. Sounds pretty interesting and funny.
Yeah, I agree as well. It is quite awesome. It has 2 co-hosts and they have a whole bunch of different shows. If you liked How to Do Everything, share it down below and I will share the other ones that they have, which is a survival guide for everything. And they created something called Life's Questions Answered. Very interesting. All right. So we have gone through our gaming news, our animal news, our board game news, our podcast of the week. I think there's one more thing to top it off. It is going to be our community news. Now, Jeff, you know that we were super busy during our during our morning chats and our I Can Learn classes, right?
Yep, we were.
Okay. You know, this past week, guys, has been buzzing with excitement as the Super Ability crew has been really delving in a week-long exploration with I Can Discover classrooms, and they were uncovering new knowledge and skills every single day. And looking ahead, the crew gears up for a week of relaxation and connection while activities take a brief hiatus, the crew will maintain their bond with morning coffee chats at 9:30 a.m., always on the dot from Monday to Friday in the chat cafe. That ensures that everyone can stay connected and supported. Also, for some garden club news, mark your calendars because for the upcoming community garden seedling exchange. Jeff, are you getting ready for that? Well, actually, technically, yeah. Are you going to get ready for that, Jeff?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I hope you have some awesome plants to share. I got some awesome plants to share. It's the perfect opportunity to nurture growth and foster community spirit. Don't forget to miss out, or don't even forget about it, but don't miss out on this chance to share and cultivate as a group, as a community, as a team. And for some art club news, one of our artists of our art group or our art club, Roxanne, is having an art showing coming up, as well as I am exhibiting my art at the Queen Elizabeth Park Cultural and Community Center in Oakville. And it is all about the importance of pollinators in our environment, but more specifically, the power of bees. So if you ever have the time, guys, and you're right beside Queen Elizabeth Park Community Center, check out my exhibition, please. Now, I hope you stay tuned for more updates and adventures from the Super Ability crew because we do a lot of stuff every single week, right, Jeff?
Yes, we do. Yep.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I think next up is going to be a recording from Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's going to be doing some music.
Hi everyone, this is Jeffrey, your live musician, and I'm going to be playing Day Tripper by the Beatles. Take it easy way out. Gotta take it easy. Take it easy way out now. She comes to the day. No way, take it again. It took me so I found out. She got me teasing. She's only half the way there. She's got me teasing. She's only half the way there now. She comes to the day. Try to please her. She always played one to stand. Try to please her. She always played one to stand. She was a daydreamer. One way ticket, yeah. It took the same route to find out, and I found out. Yeah.
10 seconds.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, this is Jeffrey, your live musician. Can't wait to see you when I get back, and it's back to you and bye everyone.
You know what, Jeff? I love the music. You know what? The Beatles is definitely a very good song group. It's Jeff. Now let's ask a question just before we go off. What is your favorite Beatles song? Let's go. Favorite Beatles song. There's so many Beatles songs, but if you had to choose, which one is your favorite, or which one do you listen to the most?
Probably I Want to Hold Your Hand is my favorite.
Oh, that's a song that goes like a light waving song.
Kind of, yeah.
You know what, Jeff?
That song.
Yeah, dance song. I like that. You know, it's good to have that kind of dance song. Thank you so much, Jeff, for being my co-host today. It's always appreciated to have a second person here. And if you guys know what time it is the end of our Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget to click the notification bell.
That's it, Jeff. I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. Really, it's going to be a little bit rainy Saturday and Sunday, so stay in, stay warm. It's going to get warm really quick now, but enjoy the weather while it's still nice, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys, and have an awesome rest of your evening. Bye, or afternoon, I should technically say. Bye.